Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and I'm here doing our first video supplement review for LittleBigPlanet 2 for the PlayStation 3. You can view the full review on bn-games.com. LittleBigPlanet 2 is a platformer, number 2 in the series, obviously, with the 2 in the name, and was Sony's first title in a barrage of first-party exclusives for 2011. It is a game so significant, my girlfriend has purchased the collector's edition on day one. That's pretty goddamn significant. She doesn't buy video games at all. As you can see here in this, you see all these items I've unlocked here. A lot of these are from LittleBigPlanet 1. That's one of the great things about LittleBigPlanet 2. If you have a LittleBigPlanet 1 save, it will take your everything you've unlocked from the save. In fact, you convert it when you first start the game. And that includes purchase stuff. Some of the stuff you can see here with my mustache. This is my Captain Barbarossa Snake Ghostbuster mix or attempt at it. And if you haven't played LittleBigPlanet 1, LittleBigPlanet 2 is a great place to start in the series. You don't need to play 1 to enjoy 2, even though if you play 1, there's a lot of stuff to unlock, items and other stuff that would be significant for... if you're doing the creation stuff, building levels and stuff. But if you just want a solid platformer, you don't have to go to part 1, but part 2 would be definitely a place to go. And on top of having all this, my favorite new addition, as you can see here, is the new white neon eyes. Gives it an evil look. So my character is ghostly in some way, and you can also select colors that help with all the UI stuff. I personally like this one the best. And on top of that, you can save the costume for later, just in case you accidentally erase it or something else. LittleBigPlanet 2 takes you through multiple levels that have their own theme, my favorite of which is this one, Avalon. Avalon is a futuristic, well, semi-futuristic looking world, and all its levels are, I guess they're supposed to look more like moderns, which we'd expect in like a spaceship in sci-fi setting. LittleBigPlanet 2 touts its gameplay to have lots of gameplay styles, like games within games, I guess meta games you could say. And in this one you see we're doing a shooter. Right there you see Negativatron, who is the enemy, the primary enemy in the level. And he keeps wrecking shit for everybody in LittleBigPlanet, although he wants, they don't say shit. And as you can see here, you pick up multiple items, and it's a shooter, and it's just one game type because primarily LittleBigPlanet 2 is a platformer. And you see here, I'm just fighting a little boss, and it goes on and on. Now, all these levels, as you can see, there's 4 humps on this camel thingamabob. You can have 4 players playing at the same time, and cooperation is necessary when you have 4 people. I prefer to play alone, so I don't get I don't lose because of less skilled players, but when you got 4 people, it can be hectic and fun at the same time, so it really depends on your personality. Once you finish the level, you're scored based on items you've collected, and depending on scoring on stuff you've destroyed and that sort of thing. Based on those scores, you'll get items or sometimes music for levels. These items are, all the stuff you're collecting here is for the building aspect when you're building your levels, and that's really what it comes down to. You're playing the single-player stuff for that. Right here is my favorite addition to LittleBigPlanet 2, the grappling hook. Yes, the grappling hook is excellent. It is my favorite addition to the game, and it really adds to the levels. I haven't had a chance to build a level with the grappling hook as complex as I'd like to, but it's just, as you can see here in these little snippets, which are levels from the core game, in fact the first world, where you get the grappling hook for the first time, you have a lot of these platforming aspects, almost akin to like Indiana Jones, Pitfall, that sort of stuff. And considering it's still using the Havoc engine, and there's a lot of physics based involved there, it can be a lot of fun. Another big thing about LittleBigPlanet 2, not only from a single-player perspective, but always has been, even in Part 1, was vehicles. As you see here, I'm riding a circular cat of some sort, and it's just letting me ride around, and I'm boosting around. And really what LittleBigPlanet, or 1 and 2, but 2 in this case, the levels made by the designers, they're really to be seen as inspiration for you to build your own levels, because the second half of the game is building and playing other people's levels, as you can see here. There are people who build metagames. In part 1, you just had platformers and stuff, but in part 2, you have entire little games that can be built. This right here is a simulation or remake of Pac-Man, almost a perfect remake. It's a little stiff, but hey, I mean, considering the tools you're given to build this, something like this takes hours and hours, and you have a complete community aspect where you can say, I like this, you can review it, it's got little tags that people can search on, and on top of that, you can write text about it. I'm just going to put the website here, because I like doing that. As you can see, you can go to your own moon, or you can play, through your friends' levels. And I'm actually on the BN-Games account right here, and I'm just going to go to my account and show you a couple of my levels that I built in mine. The first one is going to be Rocket Land V3. And as you can see here, I'm not the best level in the world, but hey, I mean, this right here took hours and hours to build the rockets and get them to be balanced enough where they weren't swirly, super swirly. The entire level is, just rockets and different types, shapes, how they're affected by different material types. The one I'm in right now is a light wood. The one that I just bumped into is actually foam, and that thing drives really crazy. And it's all experimentation. I mean, there are people who have built some very, very interesting and intricate levels. As you can see here, another addition to building is the ability to warp to multiple levels, so you can build tiers. This one right here is Truckzilla versus the Herd, which is my Jeticide versus cows versus a monster truck on fire. And as you can see here, I'm just using multiple elements. I have steel for the frame, and I have it auto populating the bombs and have some sort of cannon. And that alone took about 3 or 4 hours to get to work as well as it does. And you get your own scoring system in your own level, as you can see. You just can have people go in there and build your own ranking, and people can share it. And on top of that, you have an entire store. Luckily, all the LittleBigPlanet 1 stuff transfers over without an issue, and there's plenty of places to buy it here or on PSN. In short, it's a great game, and it's really worth your money. If you like platformers and you own a PlayStation 3, you owe it to yourself to play this game. So thanks for watching. The full review is on bn-games.com. I hope you enjoyed this video review. We'll be doing more soon. Thank you.